We're live. Aloha. Woohoo! Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Everybody in the room and everyone online, we're here. If you don't know us, I'm Rev Rita. And we are here to celebrate your magnificence, all of you. And that's what we do here at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. We celebrate magnificence. We are all amazing, divine beings. We exude the power and presence of God because that's how we were created. That is what we do. And when we use our minds and our lives from that place, wow, everything expands. Right, Patrick?
That's right. And you know, I happen to know some information here. There's a couple people that are probably new, and it's not because anybody told us. It's just that we recognize you by your shells. And also, I did know you were actually going to come. So, for those people that are new, we will not point you out at all. But what I do want to tell you is that we know something about you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Brandy. We're about to let you know who they are. Anybody else new? And the people online, there's a few new people there, but let them know. You ready? You are magnificent. There you go. There you go. And bet you're wondering, how did they know that? Well, we know that because we know that about ourselves first. And then when we know that about ourselves, we recognize it in you. And that's the way that works. So there's also, well, let's just take a moment right here. Put our hands on our heart if you want and just say, I am magnificent. You know, we can't say that enough, can we? We cannot say that enough. And there's some people that are eavesdropping in on everything that we're doing here. It's called live streaming. And I can see them staring at us right now. How you doing? They look good with the little coffee cups and everything, but we need to let them know who they are, should we? You are magnificent. Now, if that's not enough, just look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look. Just let somebody know they're magnificent. I know you two are magnificent.
All right.
You're magnificent.
Are we ready for our opening song with Jeremy and
I
Amy
give thanks
Brown?
for life, from my roots up to my crown. I give thanks for love that's within and all around. I give thanks for the rain, sacred waters of rebirth. I give thanks for the sun, always shining on the earth. I give thanks for I am a conscious co-creator. I give thanks for I am my own liberator. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you. Mahalo ke akua, mahalo nui loa, mahalo kahonua, me ke kai me kamakani a me kaua. I give thanks for we are the conscious co-creators. I give thanks for we are our own liberators. I give thanks for you, you who shine so true. Aloha, I honor the divinity in you.
Beautiful. Oh.
I love that we're our own conscious liberators.
So before we go any further, we want to just mention and give thanks for yesterday. We had an amazing telethon here.
Yeah.
Over 6 hours of nonstop beautiful service from our community and entertainment and talks, and it was truly a community builder and truly beautiful, and it went out all over the world yesterday. And if you haven't seen it yet,
You
it's
still
still on
can.
our YouTube channel at CSL Kauai, and we want to let you know, how much do we raise?
I already know it by heart, but I just want to give it a whole like dramatic thing. $28,750. Yes.
Yeah, thanks to all of us.
Thanks
So
to
thank
everybody, the
you.
global community, and I know a few of you watched it because you greeted me in the proper way. The Spidey web there. Yeah, we had a lot of entertainment. We had so much music, and we had so many people that were behind the scenery and behind it in the music, and it went on and on. But it takes a lot to make that happen. You know, our job is to, when you're watching it, that you seem like it's effortless.
Right.
And that's the job that we
Yes.
do.
All right,
So
so
thank you.
now we'll have our dear Roseanne come up, Roseanne Jones, our practitioner for today. And she will light our peace candle, and Patrick, I will go over to the bowl.
So this is our time for especially people that are new. We're just going to take a moment to not just remember peace, but remember and feel peace within ourselves, because our teaching, I think most teachings of the mystics and everything, said that the only way to have peace is to start right where we are, and it will be just goes out like that. So that's what we take this time to do. There you go. At peace.
Knowing that as we practice peace right here in our hearts, and as we are the peace that we want to see in the world, it can spread out into the world. For we know there are troubles in the world, we don't deny that, but we know the power of God, the peace of God, the peace that passeth all understanding, is here for each of us, and we send that peace around the world. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, and knowing the truth that right here, right now, there is a vibration of energy, and that is the the vibration that we refer to as spirit, working in and through each of us every single moment, whether or not we're aware of it or not aware of it. It is here, working in and through us in everything. So that means in this service, in this music, in the words that are spoken here, it's all a blessing. We are so grateful for each and every person that comes into our service, and this service goes out to many people in that land out there, in TV land. But we know it's a blessing for each and every person. So breathe in and know that this is a safe space. This is where we practice knowing the truth of who and what we are. We are all united in that spirit of God.
Mai ka makua ni mai ke hui nei maha ko I kona loko mai kai I kona loko mai kai ua mau mai ke pono mai ka makua ni mai ke hui nei mako I kona loko mai kai I kona loko mai kai O sanai ake akua mauna lani ki e Kauai hoa mai I Coca-Cola I Coca-Cola Kene mai mako Makua me keiki No kahi pukamana o I ho'okahi pu'uai I ho'okahi pu'uai O sanai ake akua Mauna lani kie Kauai o ana mai I Coca-Cola I Coca-Cola O sanai ake akua Mauna lani kie Kauai o ana mai I Coca-Cola I Coca-Cola I Coca-Cola
Yeah.
That was so pretty. I don't think we've ever heard that one before. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jeremy and Amy Brown, in case you just tuned in. All right, so we're going to invite
Are you on?
Roseanne back up here.
Yeah.
Am I on? Yeah, okay. We're going to invite you back up.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Peggy's got
Ah, Peggy.
it. Okay. Whoa, let there be light. That's because Roseanne's here. All right. So this is our theme this month has been daring. And so we've been talking about that every week in some way or another and inviting someone up here to share their thoughts on that. So I know you've had a very daring week.
Yeah.
Because I know all about you. So you want to share how daring you were this week? What?
Well, I would say I'm not just daring this week. So those of you who don't know me really well, actually standing up here with a microphone is very daring for me. for most of my life, I've been a scenes person, planning and organizing and doing lots of functions. I do that here, I've done it all of my life. So standing up here, I have to say, is a change for me. And if any of you out there have had a little stage fright, a little bit of, I don't want that microphone in my face, I have to say that's been me most of my life. So, yes, I've had the Kauai Society of Artists has their annual Art Kauai, a juried show, and I'm the co-chair of that. And it's a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot. It opened on Saturday morning, and then yesterday.
The same as ours.
Yes. But again, I had to be videoed for KSA for their YouTube channel, and then here I am with a microphone
So,
again. I'd
Roseanne-
rather sit back there.
So
with
Roseanne,
Rob.
how do you break through that? What do
You
you do
read
to
my
break through
mind.
that? Like, what would you tell somebody that has that same issue, or is scared, or has stage fright, or what would you say?
Well, I always have a bit of it, and I don't know how much it shows. Maybe it shows totally, and everybody knows that. I don't know. But, no, thank you. Well, it's just remembering who and what I am,
Right.
that there are no mistakes. And, of course, that's probably the basis of that fear of, will I go up there and fall on my face, make a mistake, say the wrong thing? And that is, sort of drilled in me from this high. So being at a little bit more mature age, it's like I still have that little girl that jumps up and says, really, do we have to? Can I do this?
Yeah.
But no, I'll do
You
this.
could, but
Yeah,
I'm not
but
sure
you-
how well that would work.
But like you said, it doesn't matter if we have fear or that kind of trepidation. It's about walking through it. It's not about not being afraid
Yeah.
or not having stage fright or whatever. It's about walking through it. And I think as we walk through it, all these things that we could say that we're scared of, as we walk through them, remembering who we are, they get easier and easier, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely practicing of science of mind since, 1980 or so, when my husband introduced me to it. It's changed my life. It's made me a new person, not the person I would have been prior to that time.
I think a lot of times we feel that with fear, that beautiful fear, that once we completely alleviate the fear, then we'll be able to walk. And it never usually happens ever. It never has in my 45 years of life. They always laugh. I never understand that. I'm either. Yeah, but thank you,
you,
Bonnie,
Roseanne.
because that's honest. That's a lot of what people feel, and I know I have that same feeling with the microphone, so I
Oh,
understand.
yes. Of course
No,
you do.
I do not believe that's true
No,
at
no,
all.
no.
Tell the truth up here.
But that is an interesting thing. I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people think if you're an extrovert in any way that you're not shy, or that you're not. That's not true always, because I think we always, anytime we expose ourselves and are vulnerable in any way, there's that little boy or that little girl that lives within us going, are you really going to do this? Where are you going? No, not there, So thank you, because that's a
Thank
big
you.
one for a lot of people.
So do you want to lead us in our affirmation? Don't put that mic down yet.
Oh, okay, I'm happy to.
Okay.
Okay, we have an affirmation, and I'm going to say it once, and if you choose to repeat it with me, that would be great. So the affirmation is, I dare to embrace my magnificence.
I dare to embrace my magnificence.
I dare to embrace my magnificence. I dare to embrace my magnificence.
Yay, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
We'll see you later. And now we have a song from Jeremy and Amy. Yay.
We do a song called Simple Things.
This is one Jeremy wrote. It's one of my mom's favorites.
Aw.
She likes ballads.
She does.
I don't know if this is really a ballad, but Simple things, like a walk in the shine of the moon. Simple things, like the wind and the rain harmonize in a tune. Simple things, it's the simple things. It's a bridge from the old to the new. It's the melodies, colors in bloom. So when everything's closing on you, it's the simple things. It's the simple things. Simple things, you don't need any more than a few. Simple things, the simple things, like the rise and the fall of the moon. A smiling face, a warm embrace, a feel of love in what's true. Simple things, the simple things. It's the simple things. It's a bridge from the old to the new. It's the melodies, colors in bloom. So when everything's closing on you, it's the simple things. It's the simple things. Simple things are a fountain of gold, never dry. And you can see the colors meet through the sun and the rain in the sky. So never go on your day without giving simple a try. Simple things, yeah. It's the simple things. It's a bridge from the old to the new. It's the melodies, colors in bloom. So when everything's closing on you, it's the simple things. It's the simple things. It's a bridge from the old to the new. It's the melodies, colors in bloom. So when everything's closing on you, it's the simple things. It's the simple things. Thank you.
You got me. Thank you. That was beautiful. I never heard that song before. Yeah.
It's
that's
on
beautiful.
our Under the Starlight album.
Okay. Well, then I guess I did hear it. I just didn't remember it or hear it in this way. So thank you. That was beautiful, and it's a good start to what I want to talk about, because that simple thing, that idea, reminds me, or how important, because what I want to talk about is the law of vibration, and I believe the simple things can raise our vibration, and everything is vibration, everything is energy, everything is source. And in the Science of Mind and Spirit teaching, we don't like teach people that you can get what you want. Sometimes that's a misconception, that we're standing up here telling you can get anything you want, or that this is like some kind of get-rich plan, or that that we get something for nothing. That is not the truth. There is always an exchange. There is always an exchange. And in what I want to talk about today is the exchange that we have to give in our vibrational rate in order to live the lives that we want to live. If we're happy with our life the way that it is, that's all wonderful and great. I'm happy with my life the way it is. But for me, I believe and I know that spirit is expansion. That's what we are. We are expansion, and we're always looking to expand. It's just the innate nature of spirit, of life, of God to expand and to create. And so I don't think there is a time where we just get to sit and just do nothing. We're either that or we're thinking thoughts. And we're going the opposite direction. I mean, I know there's a lady sitting right here that she's always expanding. Miss Ruth here, she's my mentor in a lot of ways, because I want to be just like her when I grow up. But I never see her thinking that life is over. She's always expanding. And that's what it is. And so we have to expand our vibrational rate. We have to keep our vibrational rate high. And these days, that hasn't been easy to do for some of us. And sometimes it's not easy for us to do no matter what. But our talk title today is Dare to Prosper. And it makes it sound like we're just going to talk about money or something. But that's all part of it too. But we want to prosper in our thinking. Because as we prosper in our thinking and our thought patterns and our mental and emotional attitudes, we're going to have more expansive, loving, creative lives. And I listened to this, or I guess I was reading a book, what's it called? Catherine Ponder's book, Dare to Prosper. Just fell off the shelf after I picked this talk title, and after we picked it. But in that book, she says the thing about nature abhors a vacuum, which is I think Henry David Thoreau. I'm not sure who said it the first time, but nature abhors a vacuum. So one of the things she says in it, and it's so true, and I worked on it all week because there's certain areas in my life where I needed to do this. She says, you have to get rid of anything in your mind that you're holding against another person or experience or the past. She said, you have to let that go, because nature abhors a vacuum. So if you want to bring more into your life, you can't be sitting there keeping your thoughts on some type of negativity that is not benefiting you or the person you're thinking about, because we all know that when we think, so it is, and it goes into the field, it goes into the one power, one mind, and it's felt everywhere. So it's kind of like a way of hexing. We don't want to do that, right? So yeah, so she's saying you have to eliminate it also, because nature abhors a vacuum, and therefore you want to do that and then bring in what you want to think. So this takes discipline. It takes discipline. I don't know how many times I've turned myself around just today. In the car, Patrick and I have to go to each other. We're going there. Okay. All right. Okay, let's turn it around. Because it's not helping at all. And it's surely not increasing our vibrational rate or helping us keep a high vibrational rate so we can live the lives that we want to live. So nature abhors a vacuum. I use Ho'oponopono. If you don't know what that is, it's a Hawaiian tradition. And the one that we use now is just the phrase. I'm not going to give a whole history of Ho'oponopono, but the one I like is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And if you're thinking on something that is really bothering you, or a person or whatever, and you use that and you really work on it until it clears it out, it does clear it out. And then, like I said, you have to replace it. So another thing about being prosperous is we have to be clear on what we want. A lot of people don't know what they want. Sometimes I don't know what I want, and I have to sit there. I've started a practice now every morning of going, what do I really want? How do I really want my life to look? How do I want to use my ministry? How do I want to use my life? What does it look like to me? And that changes. It doesn't have to be the same thing you did yesterday or last year or whatever. It's constant expansion. It's constant thinking anew and reviewing and saying, this didn't work, I want to do, there are no mistakes. I think Roseanne said that today. There are no mistakes. There's just growth, and there's just experiences, and we get to rethink them and choose new ones. But we have to get to the point that we do know what we want. And it's not just like a goal, like, oh, I want this or I want that. It's more of how do I want to experience life? And then goals are there too. But like Bob Proctor says, if you have a goal of something you've already gotten, that's not really a goal. Like, he told this story, it was hysterical. If you don't know who he is, he's a motivational speaker. He's 87 now, he's still going strong. But he said this guy said he wanted a car. And he said, what kind of car? A Pontiac. He said, what do you have now? He goes, a Pontiac. So I want a new Pontiac. And he's like, well, you already know how to get a Pontiac, so that's not really a goal. So a goal is something that expands you, that you don't know how to do, which I thought was really powerful. I don't know how to do it, so it's something to really get me and get my vibration going, get my passion going, if I don't know how to do that and I've never done it. That's how we grow, right? If we keep doing the same old thing. So then we have to make a decision. We have to know what we want, and then we have to decide emphatically that is what we are going to do. And we don't decide it after we've gotten everything in place, and we've got the money, and we got that, and we got this, and this person loves me now, and blah, 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 and we have the perfect building now for the center or whatever. We have to decide ahead of time. So I'm going to tell you another Bob Proctor story because I just love him this week. I listened to him so much. It was great. He said these people came to him that wanted to buy a house. And they said, we want to buy a house, Bob, but we don't have the money. And he looked at them and said, well, why do you need the money? You haven't decided you wanted to buy a house. You don't need any money. I mean, that's the way he talks to people. And that's true, because if you're waiting for the money to do something, that's not the way it happens. You have to decide first, and then move it. And then the spirit and the law of our being, the law of vibration, we have to be vibrating at the frequency of whatever it is we want our life to look like, not after our life looks that way. So for me, it's about following my passions. It's about doing what I love. It's about, really reviewing that. What do I really love? What really makes me vibrate? And creating that, because you have to walk as if it's already so. You can't wait till it happens. You all know this, right? Because your lives are perfect. I know they are. I'm looking at all the people in this room. I could stop right now. I know. No, we're always growing. I said that. We're always growing. So the other thing I just want to say for a moment, I got a moment, is about our self-image, because I've been really working on that lately too, because everything is based in our self-image. We have a self-image, and everything in our life is being created from that self-image. Now, I'm going to use the example of weight. I'm not looking at you. Okay, so we talk. Patrick and I are on a weight loss plan right now, but this plan is not about dieting. And what I have found is I have a self-image. It's called a set point of a weight. I think that's my weight. It's been there since I was a kid, right? So, and this is probably true for a lot of people. I'm sure that we can identify with this, because diets are the biggest business in America, okay? And all over the world, probably. You have a set point. And when I was a little girl, somebody said to me, you're always going to be that weight, because that's the weight you were when you were a teenager. Well, I'm just telling you. In my mind, I listened to her. I was suggested to by that. And every time I lose weight, and after a while, I go back to that weight. So I have to change my self-image of what that is what I want my body to look like, and I have to change my self-image. If I don't change my self-image, and this is for anything, this is for our finances, this is for our relationships, this is for everything. If we don't change our self-image of ourselves, we will continue to live our life the way it is. So how do you change your self-image? I do it through spiritual mind treatment. I do it through meditation. I do it through affirmations, writing them, saying them 50 million times if I have to do it. It works because what are we doing? We're rewiring. We're rewiring our brains that are going like this, the neurons are going like this with the same old thing, and we have to pull it apart and put it over here. And the only way to do that is through repetition. And spiritual mind treatment, I'm going to tell you, is powerful because it allows us to direct our thought from the highest place of all, which is God, which is spirit, which is moving through us. And once we know that about ourselves, then the rest is like history. Once we really know that, but it takes practice. It takes perseverance. It takes doing it over and over and over. And because we're living in a time and space that there's a lot of negativity coming at us, we have to keep practicing. Just having a conversation with somebody that's negative or hearing something on the news can set us all the way back if we're not practicing it every single solitary moment of our life. If we're not getting up every morning and working it so that we are ready for our day when we go into our day. And I do that, and I still have to go back and redo during the day. But I have tools that I can use, and you have tools that you can use too. You have so many tools. You have all the tools that you could ever use or need because they're all right here. We were created with all the amazing tools, spiritual tools that we need, emotional tools that we need, everything that we need, mental tools that we need. It's all here. We have a whole pharmacy within us. We have everything. And all we have to do is just use it. And use it until we get to the point where it's natural for us to use it, where we're not getting slid back by every little thing that happens or a doctor's diagnosis or whatever it is that's happening, where we can go in and just say, this is who I am. This is the way my mind works. Everything is there. They tell us this now in quantum science. Everything lives within our bodies, all our emotions, all our unhealed past. Everything lives here, and it's just living itself over and over until we decide to clear it out. So I'm grateful for these tools that I have. I'm grateful for this teaching. I'm grateful for God that's expressing itself through me. I'm just grateful, and I'm grateful for all of you. And Dr. Ernest Holmes said, the student, that's us, should take time every day to see his life as he wishes it to be, to make a mental picture of his ideal, and he should pass this picture over to the law of cause and effect, the law of vibration, whatever you want to call it, the law of correspondence. There's laws of the universe. Pass it over and go about his business with calm assurance that on the inner side of life, something is taking place. We have to trust that. Once we've done our work, we all work too hard. I really think we work too hard, right? Once we've decided and once we've done all this stuff and we've made the decisions, we got to turn it over to that power. It knows exactly how to bring all the pieces together. So we just get to relax and walk in the direction that we're led and do. It doesn't mean we sit on the couch and eat Cheetos or whatever we eat on the Cheetos. Where'd that come from? I don't know. Whatever we eat on the couch. It doesn't mean that. It means that we relax and we know that we're being guided and directed, and we know that we're walking and we're walking with intention, and we're not just, overworking ourselves and forcing things and compulsing things. So he says, pass it over to the law and go about his business with a calm assurance that on the inner side of life something is taking place. There shouldn't be any sense of hurry or worry about this. Can you imagine if we didn't worry? Just a calm, peaceful sense of reality. There should be no sense of compulsion. We do not make the law work. It is its nature to work. If in making our demonstration it becomes necessary to change our mode of living, then the law will point the way and we will follow it because it's working within us and it's guiding and it's directing us. It's God's law. It does it for us. We just have to listen to it and relax and let go and stop trying so hard. And the only reason we use our will, not willpower, our will is to keep our minds focused on what it is and how we want to live. And then just disregard all else. And think of the simple things. They'll surely make you grateful. Gratitude is a big thing, right? To keep our thoughts where we want them to be. So, yeah, if you want to read more about this, it's in the Principles of Successful Living in the Science of Mind book on page 266. It's a great chapter. And he says, a good demonstration is made when truth, gathering its own power, lifts one out of his environment. So truth being that you know who you are, which is the power and presence of God, of Spirit, expressing in this life, walking this earth, and that you're using this tool you have, which is the law, which you use with your mind and your emotions and everything. And then your demonstration is made. But for this week alone, let's just work on getting our vibration high and keeping it there. Yes? And I'm sure you have a song to help us with that. So,
Yes.
All right, namaste.
Singing and we're dancing in a tenuous time, giving invigoration for your body and your mind. The motion of the ocean is so clandestine, but if you not go rock the boat, you not see the sea shine. Got to malama aina in a this here prime time. Aloha one another, this a reflection. Aloha one another, this a reflection. I said aloha one another, this a reflection. The moment is the moment and the time is now. Take the time for your brother kindness you got to show, whether you're living in the city or down in the ghetto. If you a shark in the water or an eagle rainbow, it is a reality. Jaja wind is gonna blow. It is a reality. Jaja wind is gonna blow. It is a reality. Jaja wind is gonna blow. It is a reality. Jaja wind is gonna blow. 'Cause we are living in a high time, alive when the people waking up to realize if we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. If we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. 'Cause I know who I am.
Who are you?
To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you. I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you. So here we are now, standing firm on this earthly plane, choosing love. We dance for freedom in the purifying rain. 'Cause I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you. I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you. So take your worry and your concern, throw them all away. A life of judgment, it could only bring you pain. So let it go now, let it flow. Hate is such a drain. Choosing love, we dance for freedom in the purifying rain. Singing and we're dancing in a tenuous time, giving invigoration for your body and your mind. The motion of the ocean is so clandestine, but if you're not gonna rock the boat, you not see the sea shine. Got to malama aina in a this here prime time. Aloha one another, this a reflection. Aloha one another, this a reflection. I said aloha one another, this a reflection. 'Cause we are living in a high time, alive when the people waking up to realize if we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. If we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. 'Cause I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you.
You raised my vibration, you two.
Yeah, that's on
Starlight, which is in the
under the
bookstore.
starlight.
Yes. Wow. That really, I have heard that before several times, but I just love it. It's resonated differently today because I was just thinking, and that's always fun. By the way, digress, I love this whole idea. I've heard that before too, to rethink. Oh boy. To just know that that's all we have to do is to rethink. But I was thinking, what if I am you and you are me? Wow. Like I don't know you two because you just walked in today, which makes it even a better example because what if I am you and you are me without any of that? The minute we do that, we start going, no, that couldn't be because you're, blah, 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 blah. And I do mean blah, 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 blah. But I thought, wow, I would walk this earth so differently because we wouldn't have that separation that happens when we meet one another based on our own judgments of ourselves usually. Does that make sense? A little deep for a Sunday morning, but yes, vibration starting up. So today is all about dare to prosper. And that does bring up a lot of stuff, but I thought I would greet you properly today with the prosper. Is anybody aware of this prosper? What is it? Live long and prosper. And guess what I heard today? Oh boy, just knowledge everywhere. So and guess who made that up? Leonard Nimoy actually did make that up because he went to a Jewish ceremony, and I'm going to probably slaughter it all here because I won't say it right. But this is the first letter in the alphabet, which then he also said that it also means the feminine aspect of God is one of the definitions of that. And so he went to the producer and director, and if anybody's familiar with Hollywood, they usually don't listen to, but they did listen to him, and he said, I got an idea. He was about to marry a Vulcan woman going back, and he said, we should greet our Vulcans like people do this when they meet, or they do anything with our greetings. And he said, well, why don't we do this? And then he explained where he got it, and the director said, that's a great idea. And at 78 or however he was when, he's older than that, 80 when he left, he was known for this. And who knew? If I hadn't thought of prosper, I never would have thought of this. But what if that was our greeting for one another? All live long and prosper. I don't care who you are, what you've done, what you look like, the color of your skin, or any other thing that's going on with my judgment of my world, that inner world. What if I just wanted you to live long and prosper? And we started there. Wouldn't that be great? Well, talking about prosper and talking about daring, I was thinking this morning, daring and deserving go hand in hand. And it really landed because I said, I can't dare to do anything in my life if I don't believe I deserve it. It wouldn't even move me. And I had to really look at that because, if you've been around me long enough, there's three things that move me. And that's that inner child that I work with, that I believe we all are, and I believe that inner child is that God essence that has never been touched by anything. And self-love is the number one, and also that I deserve it. Because I believe half of the reasons why life is unfolding for many of us is because of our self-esteem that we were talking about, our self-esteem. And that's not a bad thing. What it tells us is what we need to work on should we choose. what I realize is that it's never about what it's about. It's never about losing weight. It's never about getting the job. It's never about getting the house. It's never about the stuff out there. What it's about is what's going on underneath it and where my pain is coming from. And to let that pain, you know me, I say, let it go, man. This all is walking around going, I'm not feeling anything. Don't worry about me. I'm fairly fine. And inside you're cracking. So, it'd be so much easier just to crack. And then put it out there. I always when I have sessions with people, I say, let's put it out on the table. Let's not talk for an hour and then say, by the way, my life sucks. Why does it suck? Because after we've danced the dance for an hour, instead of just going in and going, what's going on? Oh, nothing. Oh, that could not be, because you wouldn't be here if it was nothing, right? And they said, well, I just don't know what, I like, we were talking the other day, I forgot, I was in class. We said, a lot of times in this philosophy, it's based on what were you thinking? What were you creating? What were you, and my new philosophy is, somebody asks you, what were you thinking when that happened? Somebody did that one time, I was in a car accident. What were you thinking? I have no idea. I now my windows are all bright. I have no idea what I was thinking. We'll talk about it later. But here's what the deal is. It's not what you're thinking. You're not thinking. That's the beauty. That's the releasing. We weren't thinking. If I were really thinking and really taking the moment to sit here and go, what am I really afraid of? We talked about fear a lot, because fear always comes up when you dare to be more. It always comes up. To say, loser, I wouldn't do that if I were you. That's that lovely little ego part of us that goes, remember when you tried that before? How did that work for you? Oh, yeah, it didn't work. That was fun for a while. We owe it to one another, I believe, to not be taking our dreams and stepping all over it by saying what we cannot do and what we can't do. I was thinking the other day, someone saying, I can't do this, I can't find this, or I can't find a house, I can't do that, I can't. And then after we got all the can'ts out, then I said, and so it is. Because that is what happens. How could I possibly move forward on anything if I don't believe I can do it? How are you going to do that? I can't do that. I remember my beautiful nuns when I was in 4th grade. I would go, I can't understand that, I can't understand that. And then she said, can't? And the wiggling of the rosary, can't? And then she said, can't is buried at St. Joseph's Cemetery. And as a little 4th grader, I thought to myself, what the hell is she talking about? So all my life recently, I went around going, Kant's buried at St. Joseph's, but where's Kant? I don't understand. And then I realized she's absolutely right. It's dead. It's buried. The only thing that's alive is that you can. Thank you, Sister Mary Doremus. I even remembered her name. You want to know how I remembered her name? Because I do digress. I remember because when she first met us, she walked up and said, I want you all to remember my name. I'm Sister Mary Doremus. D-O-R-E-M-U-S. And the whole 4th grade class is this. Because she's a nun. She can't do dumpa. Now, I don't know where that all came from, folks, but there is a point behind it all, because I'll go there. Can't. We cannot. I realize that the only word that we can use is I can. I may need some help, but I can do it. I may not really understand why I'm feeling this way, but I can do it. I don't know where the money's coming from, but I can do it. They say that house is too expensive. Right, Rita? That house. Oh, why don't you look at something more in your range? I come from infinite intelligence that created the whole universe. What range would I be in? I said that the other day. I got a little, you know how I get a little excitable, Patrick. I went, all of a sudden I knew that I had shifted because I went, oh, that kind of talk's not acceptable for me anymore. I don't think that way. I remember them being on the plane and looking at these big houses, right? And then somebody also always has to say, those are $1 million homes. Uh-huh. Well, you should look at something more in your price range. Well, I don't have the money for the price range, so I might as well look at the $1 million homes. It's all creating. I got to create my price range too. As I talk with a Texas accent, I don't know how that comes out either. Oh my God. Catherine Ponder from Dare to Prosper says, thoughts of your mind have made you and what you are, and thoughts of your mind will make you what you become from this day forward. Rethink it. I love it. We become Earl Nightingale, an old timer. He says, we become what we think about. Of course we do. We become what we think about. Wow. Take a moment with that. I become what I think about. And in this philosophy, it's whatever you desire, you become that. And I remember being in a class and they go, does that mean you become a car? Stop. Just stop arguing for the limitations. No. I don't become a car. I become the consciousness of a car. I become the consciousness of the perfect relationship. I become the consciousness of the body I want. That's the place I go first. I don't care how much a house is. 1.4 million. Whoa. Wow. How'd that happen? That's the house I want. But it's 1.4 million. Yeah. I know who my daddy is. Daddy within, of course. Yesterday. Oh, this is my favorite, Hafiz. Do you go to Hafiz, the wonderful mystic? He says, fear is the cheapest room in the house. I'd like to see you living in better conditions. Fear is in the cheapest place in the house. Why is that? Because everybody's crowded in there, man. I remember the other one, besides buried at St. Joseph's, I remember it's lonely. There's more room at the top. Right? Remember that one? There's more room at the top. And I was thinking, are they buried next to St. Joseph's Cemetery? And I know why. Because there's not very many up there. Right? I get the analogy. But I think we all started at the top. And we have worked our way down from it. Wouldn't that be fabulous at the end of the day? That I'm not trying to work my way to the top. That's where I started. And now I get the opportunity. Wow. Yesterday was our telethon. And it was a tricky day when you're asking people for donations. And it's not as tricky for me anymore because, you know, we're not grant or, you know, we don't get grants and we don't do this. We're donation based, which can be a lovely thought or it can be a scary thought, depending on the month. But yesterday it was very interesting because I didn't have a problem. It wasn't about, because I realized that this place, my consciousness, this is not a charity. This isn't a charity. You're not coming in saying, oh, I'm going to give them, poor Rita and Patrick, I hope they make it through another year. You know, this isn't about Rita and Patrick or Jeremy and Amy. You know, this isn't about that. This is about a service. We come here like a restaurant. we're fed, we eat, we partake. And we go out in the world and we're more for that because of it, because we came together and however we feed one another. So it was a really nice feeling that I can see me growing, and it's all because I'm asking a big question these days, as most of you know. It's why. Why am I getting up in the morning? Why are we here? What are we doing? 8 years going into 9 years. Why am I doing this? Because it's very important. Not to prove anything to anybody else, but it's important to me because that's what gets me up in the morning. Why am I getting up today? And it's not enough for me to just to say because that's what people do when they're living it. It's funny. Somebody asked Earl Nightingale, because I happened to hear him again this morning, said, ask people, why do you get up to go to work? And they said, I don't know. That's what everybody does. And I'm thinking, wow, there's more to it, right? I got up today because here's another day of possibilities. So I had to go to my cynic, Simon Sinek, to ask him what why is. You know Simon? Yeah, everybody knows, yeah. I'm just as cool as Simon, just so you'll know that. So here it is. It says this. To inspire, this is what his why is. To inspire people to do the things that inspire them so that together we can change the world. Oh! I said, Simon says, yeah, he's onto it. But now I got to tweak it a little bit to make it my own, or I could just borrow his and call it mine. No, I would never do that. But to inspire people to do things that inspire them so that together we can change the world. I believe as a partnership that Rita and I have in the center and as a family, a global family, I think that's what we're doing. But we have to be very careful about inspiring and then wanting to bring stuff in that doesn't support the family and the community, right? That's what we're really wanting to do. We want your breath of your creativity, and then we get to piece it all together, and we have this incredible community. So that is, I'm closer to my why, by the way, after reading that, because that's pretty much the page in which we're looking for. Then I'm going to tell you one last little story. Someone said to me, Patrick, me? I said to myself, self? No, they said, how can I dare to prosper when I'm on a fixed income? Ooh, stumped the minister. We're all on something fixed. Today I'm on a fixed income. I'm not going to be on one tomorrow or at the end of the day. Fixed income. Now, a fixed income, I realized, isn't what they were talking about. Fixed income is like stocks and things that you can get, and it's fixed, and you've got a little security. Fixed income is when that's all you have. And this has not been said by one person. Our mentor, our last center, everyone said, well, I'm on a fixed income. So how am I, in other words, how do I dream for more, even in finances, if my economics are fixed? And then I said, well, who fixed them? And then the room goes silent. And the point I was getting to is that if I think I'm fixed, then it's done. All I know is that through our life together, we've been married 20 years, we have been on fixed income several times that were never really fixed. We just call them fixed. This center, if it was on a fixed income, it would be a very frightening thing since day one when we were in a hotel room. My point being that this pandemic has taught me something so grand that I could, well, I won't scream because that just would be not even appropriate at a moment like this. What it's taught me is this. Nothing's fixed. And if you think, because why do we want to fix it? So that we can be secure, so that we can be safe, so that we can have all of this, right? Isn't that why we would love to have exactly what we have coming in right here and right there? Has anybody ever planned economically? I remember as a kid, I would tell my mom, I've got my budget all together. I've got $100. She goes, well, how are you going to afford that? Okay, I'll show you. Ba, 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 ba. And then I go, how do you like that? Nice little budget, right? She said, well, did you put in there anything like your car might break down? Did you put in there? And I thought, dream killer. No, but that's what, things happen in life that are not fixed. And what, I'll tell you one thing that is fixed, the spirit. It's never going anywhere. Love what you said today, Rita, that's what we can depend on. That's what I get to depend on. So how could anything be fixed when this planet has been continuing to evolve for all of these millions of years? So my message today is dare to prosper. But as we take a good look at ourselves, just remember that we deserve to prosper. And that is how Hafiz says, which I love, fear is the cheapest room in the house. And fear is the one thing that can hold us back. It peeks in so that we can hold us back. Wow. Wow. And so let's go back to one thing that I started with. Not judgment, no more judgment. Let's look at each other, really look at each other, and know that I am you, you are me. Wow. You know what that's called? Love. You know what that's called? Unconditional love. But you know what that's really called? Freedom. 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 You know I'm hanging out at you just to see how, is he going to go on? No. No, I'm not. I'm just going to stand here and let you look at yourself. Do you see me? Do you? Yeah. You're looking at you, Karen. Yeah. Wow. How much time do we ever take? It's just breathtaking to just look at somebody for no other reason but just to look at you and say, you are so lovable and so loved. So it is.
So it is.
It's awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This is awesome. It's been a good day. People are trickling in. It's hysterical. Everybody got tired out
Everybody went to that
yesterday.
party last night, didn't they?
I went to that. Anyway, this is our beautiful time of giving. Again, we're so grateful for everything that comes into the
Yes.
center that allows us to keep going and expand. And we have a lot of expanding to do over the next year and a half as we move out of this building to our new location, which is yet to be discovered, but it's coming. So, yeah. So thank you. We have an affirmation in the program. Well, there's no program, but I'm gonna.
But when we used to have
we're
one,
gonna
when
go,
the place
we're
was
gonna, we're gonna go
back.
back to programs at some point.
We are going back
Yeah,
to programs.
we stopped them when we had the, with the pandemic, we stopped them, but now I think we can bring them back, which means, Angela, divine love consecrates my gift. Divine love,
consecrates my gift.
It goes out to heal, prosper, and bless. It goes out to heal, prosper, and bless. And it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And it returns to me
multiplied abundantly. That's the way it works. All right, thank you. I think we have music, right?
Abundance, living life in the abundance. So much good, loving abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance. Giving thanks for this abundance. Calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in this abundance. So much good, loving abundance. Sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance. I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
Ooh, this is so wonderful. This is love in these baskets, and we are grateful for that love and support that each person gives to CSL, and it's all a cycle. Give and get back. We're all in that cycle. Mahalo, mahalo.
Thank you. Thank you, Roseanne. Can I just give that to you? Yes. All right. Okay, great. All right. Thank you, everyone. And so, okay, we have a couple of announcements. Well, first we're going to do our children. It's one of our things. That's one of the reasons we need
To move.
another move, because we don't
there's
have
no
enough room
place.
here. It's not just
Yeah.
about Sundays. For those of you who don't know, before the pandemic, we had this place was packed. But now we can't have as many people here. But that's not really, it's not just about Sundays. It's about all the other things we want to do. And one of them is the kids. And we can't have kids here until we have a new place. So
And we want
let's-
land so that they can do the gardening stuff.
we
and,
want
you
an
know.
outdoor place with offices, but an outdoor place. So let's bless our kids, though.
Okay.
All right, wherever they are, because they can all feel
Right here.
our love, and especially for Beckham today.
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
Beckham.
Beckham, you are amazing.
Amazing.
You are perfect. You are magnificent, and we love you.
Mm.
And we will welcome you
What's
back,
happening
so.
Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday we're having a healing circle again. We have our monthly healing circle, so please join us. It's so beautiful.
It is just
Maria
wonderful.
Christina will be singing, and we will be doing the chamber of prayer. And you don't have to do anything but show up and
Yep.
sit and relax and meditate with us and enjoy it. It lasts less than an hour, and it's just a beautiful experience. So
It's just made a big difference in a lot of
It's made
people's
a big
lives that
difference
we
in my
really
life.
need to just go somewhere, not expected to do anything except be there.
Right.
You know.
so 6:30 to 7:30.
Right.
All right, 6:30.
And then there's the movie this week, Creative Brain.
Is it this week?
It is
Oh
this
my
week.
God, it is this week.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
This is the last Friday of the month. So we picked a movie called The Creative Brain. You want to tell them about it?
Well, no, because I want them to be surprised with
Okay.
it. But I will tell you one thing. It's one of my favorite things. It's not that long. But
But we are going to play a game.
but it's really
creative
a
brain
wonderful.
game.
It's about taking what you don't think you can do, like we've been talking about, and how that really becomes the creative part of ourselves, and how you can turn what appears to be, look how many people have turned what appears to be a pandemic or whatever, and they've turned into all these businesses that are because they've had to rethink, recreate, and use the brain, use the mind differently than they did before. Or we could sit there and say, I can't, because where's Camp buried?
St. Joseph Cemetery. Wherever that is. Poor St. Joseph.
D-O-R-A-M-U-S. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
So
and one other thing I just want to say, we'll talk about this next week.
okay.
Is that
Oh yeah.
we're teaching this class, You Are the Placebo, based on Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, You Are the Placebo, which is in the bookstore, which is all his books are great. You can still join the class because it's videoed, thanks to Rob Jones back there, and it's recorded, so you can catch up. It's only a 3-week class, and we're going into the second week, but you can catch up with the videos. So if you want to join it, please go to the bookstore and talk to Roseanne or Peggy and do that.
And a lot of people
So
like on the East Coast or even the West Coast, they don't feel like 6 o'clock is 9 o'clock their time, so they just buy
they
them
watch
and
it after.
then watch them at another time.
So,
because
and then that's it for now.
that
Yeah.
is. What do you guys think of this thing? This thing came up
Love it.
yesterday. It's kind of
This
cool,
from
yeah.
it's from the telethon, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks great on camera, probably.
Yeah,
better than it does.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just change and
All right.
Okay,
and,
so-
can we give a special thank you to just 3 people for today?
Yeah.
Melissa, who
She's
was our
online.
producer on the telethon.
yeah, a lot of
To
the pre.
to Rob Jones back there, who just
Yeah.
put. Oh yeah, well he had to put all those slides together. I don't even know how he
And
did what he did. And to Jonathan, who just He does not stress, but he just puts the sound together. So just for the telethon, thank you. And there's many others, but for today, that's that.
So,
All right.
and a lesson about gratitude too is that it's very hard sometimes when people say, point you out, but let's just all start going. Somebody says, you know, you're just wonderful. You go, yeah, I did a really good job. You know, really take that in, because it's really, I think we're taught not to, you know, don't focus on me. Like me, I don't have any of that in me. You can compliment me anytime you want. And what is my motto? You got something to say about me? Say it behind my back.
We're buried in St. Joseph Cemetery.
Yes, or yes.
Okay.
We're kind of like real relaxed on this
All
rainy
right,
day.
I think we're just tired. We're ready. Let's go.
Okay, you ready?
You're ready.
We're ready.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
jumping
you,
into
Jeremy,
gratitude
Amy.
with you.
And-
Go ahead.
Love thy neighbor.
Uh-huh.
You got to love thyself. You've got to give them your helping hand now. Love thy neighbor. You've got to love thyself. You've got to give them your helping hand. You got to reach out your hand. Seeing this reality. Say what we've got is unity, yes. Family roots grow like a tree.
Grow like a tree, yes.
It's not just blood and relations. Children of every nation
of all creation.
come together and rejoice. Use your heart as your voice. Unity. All right, everybody, let's sing along with this one. Unity. Sing it loud and clear. Unity. One more time, real big. Unity.
Grateful in this moment. Unity. I am so grateful that we're all swimming in that same sea of gratitude. And I know right here that we have already said it, but we can say it again. Jonathan, thank you. Rob, thank you for that. And oh, and the two girls dancing in the bookstore. Oh, look at, now that's unity. That's Roseanne, that wonderful practitioner, and Peggy Jerry is running the bookstore today. And I just say yes, yes, yes. We have Angela, who's doing so much around here, and then Ron Stover, who came here very early in the morning, set everything up, and then had to get back to work. And then we have what? We have the beautiful, the wonderful Jeremy and Amy, who does that.
Oh, hollow.
And Mary, well, it's actually Glenn and Yana today was our Malama team, and they're back there counting with Sue Wood, who also did the decorations too, right? So there is just one thing, yes. I had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gratitude, but I will not say it. I will say thank you to the beautiful Reverend Rita. Thank you to everybody online. Thank you to everybody in this room. Thank you to the new people that joined us today. It's wonderful to have you here. And just know that there is this wondrous, wondrous thing happening within us, and that is the gratitude of spirit. And I just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we let that be so, as together we say, and so it is.
Unity. Use your heart as your voice.
Unity.
Every heart has a voice.
Unity.
One big unity with us, everybody. Here we go.